I hired a psychopath. Why did I hire a psychopath? Well, at the time, I didn't realize he was a psychopath. I had a good friend of mine contact me because his restaurant was closing down. He told me that he had quite a few workers that were really good and that he would send them my way. He did tell me that he had some sorry workers too, and to be sure to contact him so he could give a reference, either yay or nay. He also went on to tell me that he had gotten on with another restaurant group, but he wasn't starting right away, so him and his wife are going to take a trip out of the country for a couple of weeks. Fast forward a few days later, and during this time, we've been interviewing a lot of candidates. And one of the candidates, we'll call him Mike for story's sake. Service manager had interviewed Mike and thought that he would make a great addition to our team, and he checked off all the boxes. And of course, I'm the final interview, so he had set him up with me. I sat down and talked to the applicant, Mike, and I actually liked the guy too. I think he would work out. He had a great personality. He checked all the boxes, like I said. And then I quickly noticed on his resume that he worked at the restaurant that my friend managed. So I excused myself from the table for Mike, and I went to the back to actually text my friend. And then I realized, oh yeah, he's out of the country. I was like, you know what though? I'm going to go with my instinct here. My service manager likes him. I like the guy. I'm going to go ahead and hire him. So the very next day, Mike's in orientation, finishes that up. And my manager that was doing the orientation for me came to let me know that Mike seemed a little off. I tried to get my manager to tell me, what do you mean by that? And he was just telling me, he's just weird, man. Tell my manager, dude, so what if he's weird? As long as he takes care of the customers, like, who cares? Well, after a couple of days of training, my trainers had come to me also to complain about Mike. And what they were telling me was right along the lines of what my manager was saying, that he was weird, he was saying strange things, he was exhibiting some weird behavior. And one of the server trainers actually caught him at a table talking about cannibalism. And the server trainer did say that the table was kind of disturbed and he wouldn't quit talking to them about this subject. And the trainer had to actually pull him away physically and let him know there was stuff to do in the back. Till the very next day, one of my servers comes to me to show me some videos because they had searched up Mike and found a YouTube channel that he had. And I'm not going to lie, these videos were weird as shit. Sometimes Mike would be wearing an animal mask, and other times he was wearing like a leather mask. And basically these videos were recruitment videos for this religion that he wouldn't shut up about. The cinematography and everything in these videos were just really creepy and weird. Like, you heard insects in the background. Not only that, but I swear it looked like it was filmed, like a snuff film. Of course, you know how restaurants are. The server had found that, and all of a sudden these videos are spreading throughout all of my server staff. So much so that my other two server trainers didn't even want to finish training Mike. My managers are coming to me concerned because the videos had gotten around and they had seen the videos, and they're like, what are we going to do about this guy? Obviously, he's not all there. There's something wrong with him. And since we work for a corporate restaurant, yeah, I might work in a state that's right to hire. But if you work for a corporate restaurant, a lot of times you have to go by their rules. I just can't fire somebody just because I want to. But I'm also sitting here kicking myself in the ass that I hired this guy at this point. So later on that day, Mike had come in for his third training shift, and we put him with the trainer. And as soon as I put him with the trainer, I get a text message. And it was my friend that had worked at the restaurant that closed that was going out of town. Well, and the words that he had texted me in all caps, do not hire Mike. So I didn't want to tell him that I already hired him, so I just asked, why not? He proceeds to tell me that Mike was very disturbed and that he would talk about this religion constantly, not just to everybody who would listen in the kitchen and the fellow servers, but he would also get caught and stuck at tables trying to talk to them about his views on this religion that he created. Not only that, but 2 different times they had caught Mike waiting in the parking lot for one of the hosts to get off. Mike's reason for waiting around in the parking lot was the host. Oh, he had some pamphlets to give her because she was actually inquiring about this religious movement. But my friend said she was not interested. But they had to run Mike off from the parking lot because she felt uncomfortable, and ultimately that led to them having to fire Mike. Of course, I share all this information with all my managers, and I let them know, like, hey, we need to be very careful with Mike. We need to observe him, make sure that he's not harassing anybody, make sure he's not talking about anything that's inappropriate, because if he does, we will have a reason to get him out of here. And it didn't take long, because later on that evening, I get a phone call from my manager telling me that he had walked up on a conversation with Mike, being a trainee, talking to customers about human sacrifice. So my manager did let Mike know, due to all of this, hey, we're just not going to be able to have employment for you. And he said Mike didn't say a word. He said, okay, slowly took his apron off, laid it carefully on the desk, and made sure that he had left the building and the parking lot. Well, about 30 minutes after closing, my manager was in the office doing the deposit. He's already checked everybody out, and he's getting ready to do his paperwork so he can leave, and the phone rings. And it was Mike on the phone. I guess apparently he had got home, he started listening to the voices in his head or whatever, and he decided to call back up here and like talk to my manager about why he was actually terminated. Of course, my manager reiterates everything and said that all the managers are on the same page. Best of luck to you. And he said Mike told him, don't worry, you all will get what you deserved. And then he hung up.